Hi everybody, and welcome to day 2 of my potentially life-changing journey on the one-to-one plan or one-to-one diet by Cambridge Weight Plan. So day 1 done and dusted, did it, all good, thankfully. So I thought I would go through a bit about how day 1 went and let you know how I'm feeling today on day 2. So yesterday, obviously, as I said, I sat down and did the video and I had my porridge there and I was very like, okay, we're gonna drink lots today, and I had prepared to have a bar for lunch and then a cooked dinner of corn chicken and broccoli and cauliflower for dinner, 200 calorie meal, and then some mint snack bites for later. And obviously I had a night shift at work last night. It's like a sleep-in, so I was up till 11 o'clock working, and then you're like on call, and then 8 o'clock back up, medication and all that, and I finished work at 9:30 this morning. And anyway, I'll get back to that in a minute. So after I finished the video, had my porridge, all good. Of course, with any of these meal replacement things, they have this certain taste and certain texture, and so it's not like eating a bowl of like you know, the golden syrup Quaker oats porridge or anything like that. It's not amazing, but it's palatable, it's fine, you know. And I always think if I can just get it down as quick as possible. Obviously I want to kind of savor it because it's food, and I'm not hungry, but I keep thinking about food a lot, and my body kind of wants to go onto like autopilot and just pick up something. It goes, oh, just go make a piece of toast, or go and grab a packet of crisps or something. And or even like I was looking at the fruit bowl this morning and I was like, oh, that pineapple looks nice, but no, don't be doing it. So, you know, it's fine. And I ate it, it was all good. And I had that late, I think it was between sort of 11 and 11:30 by the time I had that. And I just hadn't really been hungry, and I'd been drinking lots, so that was good. And then I think it must have been about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I had my toffee chewy bar. Obviously I was keeping you all updated on my Instagram. I posted lots of Instagram stories yesterday and lots of posts. I showed what I looked like when I was a skinny mini at age 21, and I showed you what I looked like when I was a fatty fat at the heaviest I've ever been at the beginning of last year, and I showed some pictures of just before Christmas of how I am now. They were flattering pictures, bar any horrible ones, but you know, as nice as I might have looked and as confident as I might have looked in my pre-Christmas pictures, I am still 15 stone 7, so I am an overweight lady and need to lose the weight, which is why I'm here. So anyway, yes, had my was it toffee chewy bar thing, and that was very nice. I ate it slowly and I had it with a black coffee, and then off I went to do the school run and get my children. And I got really okay, TMI, okay, I'm warning you, I got really bad diarrhea. Yeah, like kind of water, it just all came out and it was just out of nowhere. I felt fine, I didn't feel poorly or anything, I just all of a sudden out of the blue I got really bad diarrhea. And I had 2 bouts. I had one about 3:30 and then at about 4 o'clock. And then I started getting a bit of a headache as well. Excuse me. And then 5 o'clock I started work, so I had no time to kind of, you know, get concerned about this. But anyway, I messaged my consultant and I said, hey, I've had a bit of diarrhea. And she did say to me in my first consultation that sometimes that can be a side effect. She's not really come across it in any of her clients before. I don't think everyone gets it. It's clearly just the way that my body decided to react. I've always had kind of a sensitive and quick digestive system, so I don't know if just having the products and my body was kind of like, whoa, what's that, and wanted to kind of flush it out. But apart from that, all good, no problems at all. And then yeah, went to work 5 o'clock, and I guess it must have been getting on for 5:30, 6 o'clock. I had my dinner, which was the 200 grams of Quorn chicken and 80 grams of broccoli and cauliflower. And that I actually really enjoyed. Like, the Quorn chicken pieces seemed to go on forever, and the vegetables were really refreshing, and I just enjoyed it so much more than I ever thought I would. You know, there was no sauces, no gravy, no nothing on there apart from a little bit of salt and pepper, and I just sat there and I just took each piece of Quorn chicken, chewed it up properly, didn't rush. You know, normally you think, oh, I'm starving, and you'll rush through dinner and you'll blink and your meal is gone. And I think this is another part of this plan is, and I spoke to my consultant about this, and I said, I want to kind of reset. I want to think about food in a different way again, and kind of restart my body and my relationship with food. Because at the moment, it's like I said, I could make like a huge bowl of pasta, and whilst I'm like cooking it, I can be thinking, that's gonna make a lot of pasta. And then you've cooked it and there's all this pasta in the pan, and you're chucking it on your plate and you're thinking, that's a lot of pasta, but you still keep going, and then you're eating it and you're thinking, getting a bit full, gonna eat it though, you know, I'm not wasting food. And why? You know, that is why I'm fat. It's not because I sit here all day every day eating chocolate and crisps and totally gorging myself. It's because I have no portion control and I don't know when to stop, basically. So if whenever we go to a restaurant, say they give you a big portion, I will never leave food on my plate, because I do not like to leave food. I like to clear my plate. And my partner has always said to me that he doesn't know how I eat so much. Like, I have a much bigger appetite than him. And I'm hoping that on this plan that it will kind of, I don't want to say like make my stomach shrink, but it will, obviously I won't be able to eat as much as quickly. Like, I will feel fuller quicker, which is good. And hopefully I will be more conscious, like when I start to refeed after I reach my goal. I want to be able to really think about what I'm putting in my body and eat until I'm full. And I think eating my Quorn chicken pieces last night, I was being a lot more mindful. I think I had looked forward to that meal all day. Obviously I had eaten like my meal bar in the day slowly to savour it, obviously enjoy eating. And then my evening meal, because it was a proper meal, just I ate slowly. I let the food get into my stomach. I allowed myself to feel the food going into my stomach, and I didn't just inhale it. You know, I was a lot more mindful of what I was doing and what I was putting in my body, and it felt great. And then I think a bit later on, while I was at work, it must have been about 8:30 or so, I had a few of the little mint bites out of the packet. I didn't eat all of them, and I had them with, I think, a black cup of tea, which was really nice. I enjoyed that. It was just like a nice evening treat. And again, I didn't feel like overly hungry. I wasn't starving. I wasn't sorry, I wasn't like tired and I wasn't full of headaches and feeling all like, oh, I miss food. I felt good. I felt fine, you know. And then once I'd got my chap off to bed and I went off to bed, I sat up for a little bit to make sure he was settled, and I finished off my mint bites and the rest of my water, and that was the end of day one. And the only like huge downside, I'm not even going to say that like the obviously loose bowels was a downside, because it was brief and it's just something that happened. I'm not saying it's a bad thing about the diet or anything. The only thing that was kind of new and hard to handle was the amount that I needed to go for a wee. It was constant. I had to go all day. I was just like, oh my god, like I've only just been and I have to go again. So it was just constant. Anyway, on to today. Got up at about 7ish, bursting for a wee, and I finished work at 9:30, and while I was at work I made myself a black cup of tea and I had a bottle of water. So still on this one. I had 5 of these yesterday, 5 of these, 2 black cups of coffee and a black cup of tea. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 8 drinks yesterday, and I mean this is kind of big. It's like, you know, and like I said, normally I have 1 cup of tea in the morning and 1 cup of tea in the evening. So to have 5 of these and 3 hot drinks, I did well. For me, I did really well, and that is why I needed to go to the toilet constantly. So if I can drink that much again today, then winning. We're doing really well. But yeah, so I got home maybe about 9:45, and then I didn't feel hungry. I wasn't ready to eat breakfast, so I did a load of housework. Yep, literally left work after being there all night, got home and did loads of housework, and I just felt buzzing. I don't feel tired today. I don't feel sick. I don't have a headache. I feel good. I feel really good. And like I said, I'm not hungry, but sometimes I keep thinking about food, and I think that's probably like my body craving things that it would normally have. So I know I really like some bread and I would really like something sweet and that, but the sweetness craving, that'll be okay, because lunchtime I'm going to have another bar, so that will help that. And as for bread and stuff, I think I'll just feel better once I have my evening meal. Just the texture of like the Quorn chicken was really satisfying and everything. So it's all good. I've got everything under control. It's all good. And I was chatting with my consultant Cheryl loads last night, so plenty of support. And I'm getting some followers and things on Instagram as well, so, and I followed a load of other people who are on this journey as well, so we can all be this great support network and really spur each other on. And I absolutely love seeing people's posts about how, you know, how this diet's making them feel and what they look like at the start and what they look like now and what their losses have been, not just on the scales but their measurements. You know, I think it's great that the consultants take your measurements, because you can, even if you haven't had a massive scale loss, you might have lost inches, and it's great. So this morning I have had 2 black cups of tea and a bottle of water. I'm getting my way through my 2nd bottle of water now. I've had the apple and cinnamon porridge today, which was fine. I kind of think I prefer the maple and pecan maybe, but it's all good. And I had my porridge quite late. It must have been sort of between 11:30 maybe, probably about 11:30. What time are we on now? 1:45. And so I guess I'll have lunch soon, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really hungry. I don't think I'm going to get many steps in today, unfortunately. I did 8,564 yesterday, according to my Fitbit. But I've got to take my cat to the vet later, and I'll be driving, and my partner picked me up from work today because the weather is horrendous, like really strong winds, hammering it down with rain. So he was like, I'll come and get you, and I was like, yay, thank you. So yeah, I don't think steps are going to be great today, but I'll do my best. Like I said, I've been pottering around doing housework and stuff, and we're on to 1,579, so we will see. If my exercise isn't so good today, then I'm not going to be too bothered, but I will make a conscious effort to obviously get up and move a bit. Yeah, and I don't really know what else to say now. I just thought I'd update you and just let you know it's all going really well, and I will continue to post on Instagram for the rest of the day, and then update you again tomorrow, I think. So for now, I'll sign off, and good luck with your weight loss journey. I hope you have a good day today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.